If you're thinking about starting a clothing brand, or maybe you already have one, this video might save you a lot of time, money, and frustration. Because when I started my clothing brand, I made a ton of mistakes. And honestly, most of them came from not understanding what actually matters in fashion and in business. I thought having cool designs would be enough. I thought it was just make good clothes, people magically find a brand and buy from me. That's really not how it works. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest mistakes I made starting my clothing brand, what they cost me, and what I would do differently if I had to start over today. Let's get into it. The first mistake I made was ordering way too much inventory. This is probably the most common beginner mistake. When you first start a brand, you get excited, you want everything to look official. So you order a huge batch of hoodies, sweatshirts, pants, whatever, thinking it'll make you look more legit. But the reality is, you probably don't know what's actually going to sell yet. I remember ordering way more pieces than I needed because I thought, this drop blows up, I need enough stock. The drop did not blow up, and suddenly I had boxes of clothes sitting in my room for months. Not only did it tie up my money, but it also killed momentum because I couldn't afford to make new designs. What I would do now is start way smaller. Even if you have only 20, 30 pieces, and that's a lot still, selling out creates demand, it creates hype, and it gives you feedback without risking thousands of dollars up front. So small drops are definitely better than having massive inventory. The second mistake I made was focusing way too much on the logo and not enough on the actual brand. I spent hours choosing fonts, changing tiny details, redesigning the logo over and over again. I thought the logo was the brand, but people don't connect with logos. They connect with identity. They connect with a message, a feeling, a lifestyle. A successful clothing brand isn't just clothing. It's culture. It's community. The biggest brands in the world win because people feel something when they wear them, and I didn't understand that at first. I was so focused on making things look cool and unique that I forgot to ask myself, why would someone care about this brand? Now, whenever I design something, I think about the bigger picture. What does this brand represent? Who is it for? What feeling does it give people? That matters way more than making a perfect logo. Third mistake I made was waiting for everything to be perfect before launching. I kept delaying things because I wanted the perfect website, perfect photos, perfect packaging, perfect designs. And honestly, that perfection mindset slowed me down more than anything else. Because while I was overthinking every tiny detail, other people were launching, learning, improving, and building momentum. Your first drop is probably not going to be amazing. And that's okay. Most successful brands evolve over time. The important thing is starting. You learn more from one real launch than months of planning. Once I finally started putting things out consistently, I improved way faster because I had actual feedback from real people. Perfection is going to kill your progress. Launch first, improve later. And I talked about this a lot in my last video if you haven't seen it already. The fourth mistake was thinking the clothes would market themselves. I genuinely believed that if my designs were good enough and unique enough, people would naturally share them. That almost never happens, especially now. Attention is everything. You're not just building a clothing brand anymore, you're building media around the brand. The brands growing the fastest today are the ones posting constantly, behind the scenes videos, design process clips, packaging orders, photo shoots, day in the life content, brand storytelling. People want to feel involved in the journey. Once I started focusing more on content, everything changed. More people discovered the brand, more people connected with it, and sales became way more consistent. You don't need a huge budget either. Some of the best performing content is literally filmed on a phone, and consistency matters more than perfection, again. The fifth mistake I made was constantly comparing myself to bigger brands. I'd look at brands with huge followings, crazy photo shoots, sold out drops, and feel like I was behind. But what I didn't see was the years of work behind those brands. I was comparing myself to someone else's chapter 10, and I was really on chapter 1. And comparison honestly drains your creativity. Instead of focusing on improving my own brand, I was way too focused on what everyone else was doing. Once I stopped comparing myself and focused on building my own identity, things became way more enjoyable and way more authentic. Every successful brand starts small. It's impossible to skip the early stages. So, those are the 5 biggest mistakes I made starting my clothing brand. If I could give one piece of advice to anyone starting right now, it would be this. Start small, stay consistent, document your journey, find a meaning behind your brand, and don't wait until everything is perfect. Because the people who win are usually just the people who keep going longer than everyone else. If this video helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what stage your brand is currently at. And I'll see you in the next one.